Since social media tends to be a highlight reel and it's just not real life, I feel like a lot of vloggers, content creators, influencers, whatever you want to call people that do this, they try to make everything seem like, not even like try to make it seem fake and perfect, but it's like there's certain things that are embarrassing that you don't necessarily want to share with the internet and thousands of people, but you know, I have no shame. Here's a coffee, a pumpkin spice. Oh, okay, I can't even look at that. It's been sitting in my car in the blazing heat since, what was that, Friday? It's now Monday, so I need to throw that out at some point. I don't have time to spare this morning, so I'm just gonna hold you here for a minute. Hi, welcome back to another vlog. Happy Monday. I am on my way to Pilates. What else is new? And then I'm running around a little bit today. So I'm going straight from Pilates to my laser hair removal appointment. And then straight after that, I am going to one of my favorite coffee shops in town. I actually had someone reach out to me on Instagram. She's another hairstylist. And yeah, she found me through social media and reached out and asked if I wanted to be friends and wanted to meet up for coffee sometime. I actually have met several people that way, but I know it feels weird to do that, to just like reach out to a stranger, be like, hey, want to be friends? But that's just, you know, the world that we live in now, and I've made some really great friends online that have, you know, ended up turning into real life friends. So I'm always down for that. Obviously, you have to be careful. You know, I don't give people like my personal phone number until I've actually met them and like can tell that they're a normal person. And we always meet in public places. But yeah, I think it's cool. Because like, how else do you meet people these days, you know? Anyway, that's my plan for the morning. And then I have my first podcast episode that I recorded yesterday that I need to edit and post. And I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to just get it up so I can get you guys' feedback, hear, you know, what you think. So that's what I got going on today. You know the drill. Mondays are always like my YouTube editing, work from home / running errands kind of day, more chill. So I will see you after my Pilates class. Finished Pilates. It was a good class. I can't believe I've been doing Pilates now for 8 months. Is that how long it's been? Yeah, because I started like the end of January and it's now the end of September, which I cannot believe. I'm so grateful that I was able to find something that I enjoy. And don't get me wrong, there's definitely days where I just do not feel like working out at all. And sometimes I'm there and I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. I just want to like get through this and be done with it. But I enjoy it enough that even when I really don't feel like doing it, I still can do it. Like I don't dread it that much. And I'm also grateful that I can afford it because it is expensive. And honestly, having these classes and having it be, you know, something that is already paid for and is pricey, and classes that I have to book in advance, and if I don't show up or cancel last minute, I get charged. It really helps hold me accountable. Unfortunately, I think that's really just what I need. But it's nice because, you know, the time passes no matter what. It's crazy to think back to the beginning of the year. In some ways it feels like that was so long ago, but also it feels like it flew by. I'm like, I can't believe it's about to be October already. Where did the time go? And the fact that I have been exercising consistently every week this entire time, I feel great. And I can see the changes and feel the changes. And had I just kept putting it off and not been consistent, the time would have passed no matter what. I was try to remind myself of that, you know? You don't have to be perfect every single day or every single week, but just put in some level of effort, because no matter what, the time is going to pass. And even if it takes you longer to achieve your goals because you're incorporating changes more slowly or you're making like small changes, but that does add up over time, and the time is going to pass no matter what. If you don't do anything about it, then in, 6 months, a year, you're going to look back and be like, damn, had I just started then when I originally said I was going to, I could have made some good progress by now. Anyway, I don't know where that whole TED Talk came from, but it was just a thought that I had as I was doing my workout today. But I got to my laser appointment. I'm a little bit early, but I brought my big old bag with me because for the laser hair removal, you can't have any hair. First of all, you have to be completely shaved in the areas that you're getting lasered. And then you can't have deodorant or lotion, perfume, makeup, anything like that. The skin has to be completely clean. So I did put deodorant on before my workout because I just needed to. But they do have like wipes and stuff and razors and things like that. So if you need to like clean up and prep, you can do so in there. So I'm just going to use the wipes and wipe the deodorant off and the lotion off my legs. But then I brought some stuff with me so that after I get out of my appointment, since I'm going to meet this girl for coffee, I want to make sure that I'm fresh. So I brought deodorant. I have my hair and body mist that I always keep in the car. All right, I'm going to go in now. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I posted my first podcast episode this morning, and I've just been reading the comments and replying as they've all come in, and I'm so excited. I'm so happy that you guys seem to be enjoying it. You like the concept of it, and everything's just been really positive, and I'm so excited. And I'm really looking forward to recording the next episode, which I think I'm gonna do tomorrow because I have the perfect time allotted for it. And if you missed that video, I started a podcast. It's called Literally Dying like DYEING. And I post the video version here on my YouTube channel. It's going to be like my normal Monday upload for now anyway, and I'm just gonna kind of alternate between podcast episodes and then vlogs. And then it's also available on audio on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. But I am working at the salon today, so I'm just getting ready for that. Kind of doing my usual like quick, light, natural makeup. So this is what I've been doing. I mean, for the most part, I tend to kind of do the same like basic things as far as like what steps I do, but then I like to try new products every so often, so that part kind of changes. So this is what I've been doing the last month or so. I use the Elta MD tinted sunscreen as a nice base, and then I started using this Tower 28 concealer. This is their serum concealer, and I really like this a lot because just the finish of it is so nice and natural, but it still like covers my under eyes without being like too heavy full coverage. I concentrate that under my eyes, and then I just put a little bit sort of all over my face. So that way it evens out my skin tone without having to do like full foundation. And then obviously the tinted sunscreen, it's very, very sheer, so it's not really doing too much, but just do a tiny bit. Then I'm gonna do liquid blush. Still really liking the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk liquid blush because it's not too crazy pigmented. So you don't have to worry about accidentally applying too much and then having it be a nightmare to blend out. Like this just blends out so nicely. So on these kinds of days where I don't necessarily want like a full face, it just adds like the perfect little flush of color. Oh, then I found this Say cream highlighter. This is their Glow Sculpt in the shade Quartz Glow. It was actually on clearance at Sephora. I don't know if that means that they're going to be discontinuing it or what, but it's really nice because it adds a nice glow. But again, it's not too harsh, so you don't have to worry about applying too much and, you know, having a hard time blending it out. So it's perfect when I'm just like in a rush and I just want a quick, and then it adds a really pretty glow. And then I am still using the Pixi Natural Brow Duo in the shade Deep Brunette. And, you know, sometimes, I guess, I usually will just do the brow gel. And then every so often, I'll use the pencil side just a little bit to kind of fill in some of the gaps. But I like to just keep it light and natural, so nothing too precise. And just run that brow gel through them. This brow gel works really well. Like it really keeps them fluffed up and in place all day long. And then sometimes I will do mascara, some days I won't. Really just depends what kind of mood I'm in. Today, I guess I will do a little bit. So using the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extension Mascara. I usually will just throw some kind of gloss or balm or something on my lips. I actually finally started using this. I got the Makeup by Mario Lip Duo thing. That was the birthday gift from Sephora this year. And I used this for the first time a couple days ago. This is the Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum in the shade Rosewood Glow. And like I said, it just came as the birthday gift this year. I think everybody got the same shade. This feels so good on your lips. It's so creamy and moisturizing, and I really like the color of it. And I like to just take my finger and kind of shear it out a tiny bit. There we go. Quick, easy, light work makeup. Then for my hair, I did some loose, beachy, like crimpy waves with my flat iron a few days ago. They've kind of fallen for the most part at this point, but I don't think it particularly looks bad. I just have like a little bit of a bend in my hair now, and honestly, I don't have time to bother like touching up the waves or anything, so I'm just not going to bother. But I am going to put some dry shampoo in it because it's feeling a little bit flat and looks a little oily. So this is the K18 Air Wash Dry Shampoo. Ever since I started using this, no other dry shampoo compares, in my opinion. Like there's other ones that are really good. Like I love the Kenra dry shampoo. I love the IGK dry shampoo. Those are good. But still not as good as this one. You can use this on super dirty, oily hair. And I swear it literally makes your hair look and feel clean. Whereas other dry shampoos, it might feel a little less oily, but it just feels like you put dry shampoo in your hair. You know what I mean? Like this actually feels like you washed it. It's crazy. So I just do spritzes of that around the root, let it dry for a second. I was really skeptical of that at first because I was like, it's a spray. Like you're spraying this like wet product into your hair. And my hair is curly naturally. So is it gonna get wet? Are the roots gonna start to curl up? But I don't know. It's some weird magic, honestly. Like, I don't know. It's amazing. If you haven't tried it yet, I highly recommend. Everyone I know who has tried it, they feel the same way. They're like, what is this sorcery? It's phenomenal. And there you go. Like, it just instant volume back in your hair. And it just looks cleaner. Like, it doesn't, I don't know. It's amazing. You just have to try it for yourself. I think I am ready. Now I'm just gonna do perfume, of course. I've been wearing It Factor from Dossier lately. I love this stuff. It smells incredible. Oh, it's just the perfect mix of like kind of sweet and sexy, but a little masculine too. Like just the perfect balance if you like warmer scents, and it lasts all day long. And I get compliments every time I wear it. It's so good. And this portion of the vlog is sponsored by Dossier. Thank you so much to them. If you've been watching me for a while, you know they are one of the OG supporters of my channel, and I truly love their product and them as a brand. They make replicas of brand name designer fragrances, but they just give it a different name, put it in simpler packaging, and they're able to sell it for a fraction of the price. They have replicas of brands like Tom Ford, Jo Malone, Le Labo, all of like these big luxury brands that you hear about, but their fragrances are like $200+ insanity. So you can find a lot of these fragrances on Dossier's website for, in some cases, 70 to 90% less. And even less than that if you sign up for Dossier Plus, which is like their loyalty subscription program. What's great now though is I just found out Dossier is available at Target. Now you can actually go to a Target store and smell them in person. Because I know it can be a little tricky ordering a fragrance online when you've never smelled it before. So I'll have a link to Dossier's website in the description. Go check them out. Thank you so much, Dossier, for continuing to support my channel. So let's head to the salon. I have 3 clients today. We're doing some gray blending, some lowlights, a haircut. So I will take you along through my day, share as much as I can. Let's go. My God. Here's my mess right now. Oh, that's not so bad, I guess. Okay. Let's close this. Oh, yes. Oh my God. Okay, so didn't end up vlogging anything, obviously, because I thought, oh, I just have 3 clients on my schedule. Everything's all good and normal. I don't have anybody like overlapped or anything. It should be like a smooth, fine, easy day. Well, as I'm doing my first client, I got a text from my second client confirming like we're still good for 2 o'clock today, right? And I thought it was a little bit odd because I use Google Voice for my business number so that it all goes to my personal phone, but that way I don't have to use my personal phone number to like interact with clients and have it be posted publicly on my website and stuff, you know? Well, sometimes because that's an app, sometimes if like the Wi-Fi is spotty or whatever, it will like load weird. And even if I have the person's name saved as a contact, it'll just come up as their phone number and it won't show their name. So I just saw the phone number, no name. I automatically just assume, okay, yeah, that's my second client at 2 o'clock. It's weird that she's like double checking, but this was her first appointment. Like she only came for a consultation before. So I didn't really think too much of it. I was like, oh, she's just like double checking that we're good for 2 o'clock. But because I was like mid conversation with my first client, I didn't really get to like take a good look at it. So I just kind of glanced and I was like, yeah, responded like, yep, we're good. Well, then I finished my first client and I look at my phone and I have a text from my second client, but it says her actual name. And then I realized I have 2 separate texts. One was from a number that I didn't have the contact saved in my phone, and then the other one was my second client that I was expecting. I had a new client reach out a couple weeks ago when I was out of town, and we were like back and forth, and I had offered her an appointment time, and she said, yeah, that works great for me. And I was like, okay, well, I'm out of town right now. When I get home, I'll like put that in the system and you'll get a confirmation and it'll be like officially, you know, confirmed. I completely forgot. So I never ended up putting her appointment in, never added her to my system. And, you know, she just assumed that she was good. Totally a mess up on my end, 100%. And yeah, so she showed up. I forgot I had offered her that appointment. Totally just forgot altogether about our like correspondence, obviously. And I had booked somebody else for the same slot. So I had 2 people that showed up at the same time, smack dab in the middle of my day. And I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And I feel like it's so embarrassing to admit this, but the new client, I couldn't even remember anything about our text messages. So thank God I have my form, because I was able to pull her form up and like really quick skim it and kind of refresh and be like, oh, okay, thank God she wasn't coming for like a color correction or some kind of big thing. But oh my God, I was panicking and I felt so bad and I was so embarrassed. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if she sees this video now, she'll know. So, but I tried to kind of play it off like, oh, it's just a really like crazy busy day and I'm running a little behind, so I'm gonna have to double book you guys, which I don't normally like to do, but you know, luckily it ended up working out perfectly fine. Somehow, by the grace of God, I was able to juggle them. Then my third client came. Luckily, she was just getting a haircut, and then she was in kind of a hurry. My camera just died. Like I was saying, third client came for a haircut. She was in a little bit of a hurry, and I had told her, she's one of my regulars, I told her what had happened, and she was like, oh my God, well, that's perfect, because I'm fine with just leaving with my hair wet. Like, don't bother blow drying me, because I gotta go anyway. God bless. God bless. Maria, because I'm pretty sure she watches my vlogs. You're an angel. Thank you for that. You really helped me out. So, yeah, I was able to finish everybody, and no one had to like wait around significantly longer. Like, luckily, because they were getting color, I was able to like do one person's application, and then while they were processing, did the other person, and it all worked out. And honestly, somehow I finished still on time. That worked out really well. I am so relieved, but it was stressful there for a second. I was like, oh my God, what do I do? But I'm glad it worked out and I was able to juggle it all, because I was like, I would feel so terrible telling her after she already texted me too, and I said, yeah, we're still good for 2 o'clock. Then she's here and me being like, oh my God, sorry, I messed up 2 times now and wasn't expecting you, and can we reschedule? After she like drove all the way here, and she was saying that she was like really excited about her appointment, had been looking forward to it. Oh my God. So I'm so glad I was able to make it work. And I appreciate my clients so much for like, you know, working with me and being understanding and understanding that I'm human and sometimes we make mistakes. I have to give it to myself though. It's been a very, very, very long time since I did something like this. I think I might have only ever done this once in my entire career, like one other time. And it was when I still worked in Pennsylvania and when I was doing eyelash extensions and hair at the same time. And I had booked somebody for a lash lift and tint, and then I also had a hair client booked at the same time. because I did the same thing where I told someone, we were texting, and I was like, oh, I offered them a time and then never put it in the schedule. And then I ended up booking somebody else for that time. And then they both showed up at the same time. And I was like, oh my God, what the hell do I do? Because those are services that, like, you can't do eyelashes and hair at the same time. You can't, like, be double booking. Luckily, we had an assistant working at the salon at the time. The crappy one that I did a video about, she didn't end up lasting there, and she was not very helpful most of the time, but on that particular day she was able to help me out, and I was able to figure it out, and it was fine. But see, this is why, like, it's a good reminder of why it's important to establish boundaries. And I talk about this all the time, but clearly I still slip once in a while. I need to not reply to clients or handle any kind of work-related things on a day off when I'm out of town, if I'm, like, not in work mode, because then things like this happen. Because my mind will just be all over the place sometimes, and yeah. But I am going to quickly clean up and get out of here, because through all of the chaos, I haven't had a single break. I'm dying to pee. I haven't eaten anything yet, which is crazy. It's been all day. It's 6:15. And all I've had is a couple iced coffees. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. It is day 1 officially of my period, and day 1 is always the worst. I'm cramping, I feel bloated, and just overall disgusting, and I just want to be curled up in a ball in bed with some comfort food. But I went to Pilates because I was signed up for class this morning, and I really didn't feel like going, and it was quite uncomfortable at times, but you know what? I went, I did it. I definitely took more breaks than I normally do, but it's fine. Like, I still moved my body. I got through it. I tried my best. Glad I got that over with. Today's kind of a little bit of a weird day. I am working on Saturday this week, normally when I do that, because I like to just do 4 days a week in the salon. So if I'm working on a Saturday, I'll block out one of my usual weekdays. I didn't end up doing that. Well, kind of. Clearly, I haven't been great with my schedule this week, but I just have one client today. She is due for a full color. She gets like gray blending baby light, so it's still going to be a full appointment. That's going to take like 3.5 hours at least, but it's nice. I just have her so I can really take my time, get as much content as I want. And then I brought my trusty big bag with me again today with my makeup and a change of clothes. We'll see how I feel once I finish my client. My plan, my hope, is to film another podcast episode while I'm there. Since I have the time, I'll already be at the salon, all of that, but we will see. But I had a little extra time, so I stopped this coffee shop. They do punch cards, and I had my punch card full, so I was able to get my coffee for free, which is very exciting. And they just released their fall menu this week. It's one of my favorite local coffee shops, Calico Coffee, if you live in Leamington. So this is their pumpkin cine roll. So it's a pumpkin and brown sugar latte with a cream cheese, cold foam with cinnamon on top. So let's do a little taste test. That cold foam is so good. It's so good because it's not overly sweet. I'll see you at the salon. Okay, well, I just finished my client's hair. It was the perfect day. Total opposite of yesterday. I was able to not rush and it came out beautiful. And it just, I don't know. Like, I totally get why people double book. And especially if you have an assistant to help you. Wonderful, fantastic. But I just love single booking because I'm able to be productive and get more stuff done. Like, yeah, I'm not able to do as many clients in a day, but I just know myself. I'm the kind of person that once I'm done with my last client, I don't really want to stay and keep working and do more stuff, you know? Like, I would rather just get everything done while I'm here with a client. So it's nice that while my client's processing, I can clean as I go. I can reply to messages and just get caught up on anything that I need to get caught up on. It's also nice to be able to just sit and talk with my clients too. I feel like I really can connect with them and get to know them well because I'm not like rushing around. And if you end up like running behind a little bit, it's not as catastrophic when you're single booked. But yeah, the entire time I was planning on recording the podcast and I was really looking forward to it. But then right at the very end, like as I was checking her out and booking her next appointment, my cramps just started kicking into overtime. I just feel really uncomfortable right now. So I'm gonna just go home and just take it easy. I put a lot of pressure on myself. I think it's just a way of like Western society. Like, we always want to be productive. I think especially on weekdays. So, you know, part of me is like, oh no, you should still try to record anyway. But I'm not feeling well. So I'm just gonna listen to my body and I'm gonna go home and I am going to rest and not feel guilty about it. And I will just record the podcast a different day. It is very hot and humid out. Fool's Fall, as they call it, is definitely over. And summer is back. It's 86 degrees right now and humid, so it feels even hotter than that. And I feel kind of ridiculous. I'm in long sleeves and jeans. I'm sweating my ass off. I wanted to wear this because I'm gonna record the podcast before my first client today, since I wasn't able to do it yesterday, because I don't have my first client today until 2:30. And then it's gonna be like a later-ish night, but I have like the whole morning and early afternoon to get other work done. So I got all ready, did my makeup nice, and I'm gonna head to the salon and film my podcast episode. And then I have 3 clients tonight. They're all like regulars. That's what I got going on today. I'll see you at the salon. I think just for the sake of filming, I'm gonna take the TV down and I'm gonna swap that vase and just do like a little decorative background. A lot of people were suggesting that I put my logo or just play some kind of like ambiance or like a fireplace kind of thing on the TV. I like the idea of having the logo up. I think that that's cool. But I need to play around and figure out how exactly I'm going to go about doing that, because that TV, if it's not active, a screensaver will come up, which I know you can customize. So I could make the screensaver be the logo, but then after a certain amount of time, it just powers down automatically, which I might be able to change in the settings. So I need to figure that out and like play around with it and see, like, do I want to make the logo, like, have that just be the screensaver? Is there a way that I can just, like, pull it up as an image? Do I need to, like, create a custom video and put that on YouTube so that then it can be like playing like a YouTube video? I need to figure that out. But the quickest, easiest thing to do for right now is either just leave it as is, which is fine. I know a lot of you guys also said that you don't mind how the background looked, and just having like the plain blank TV behind me wasn't like distracting or anything, but I feel like it could just look a little bit nicer. So second easiest thing, just take the TV down, because it's not like it's mounted or anything, it's just sitting up there, and just put some decor behind me instead. I do want to put on a little more jewelry. This vlog is going to go up before this next podcast episode, so you guys are getting a little sneak peek behind the scenes. This episode is going to be about people pleasing, how I have and am still trying to kind of break out of that cycle, and really like diving deep and giving you all of the details about the client that I had to fire recently, the one and only client I've ever had to fire in my entire career as a hairstylist. I am going to finish setting up, then record. I have plenty of time. It's 11:20 right now, so I still have 3 hours until my first client. It's nice that I don't have to rush. Okay, well, that's embarrassing. I had so much time to record, and I really ended up babbling on for a long time. So I might have to cut that episode down a little bit, but I realized, oh my god, my client's appointment is in 10 minutes and I'm still talking, and I still wasn't even done. Like, I wasn't ready to wrap it up yet. So I had to stop and put everything back really quick. And now I'm like, crap, I'm gonna be working late tonight. So by the time I can finish recording, the sun is gonna be set and the lighting is gonna be all messed up. But, oh well, I guess it's fine. Oh, that's annoying. Well, this is a lesson to myself that I think I do need to just record these episodes on my days off so that I have as much time as I need. I had played myself. I thought, oh, I'll have like close to an hour at least when I finish. I can get coffee, have some lunch before my client. No. Nope. Hi, sorry it took me so long to finally get back to you. I have some time. If you wanted to come like tonight, I could do like around 5 o'clock. Otherwise, I could do next Friday. Got that taken care of. Hi, happy Friday. It's a good day so far. I went to Pilates this morning, and then I went and I got another coffee from that same place, Calico. Oh, I just love it so much. It's so good. Today is a little bit of a weird day because, like I said at the beginning, normally I only work 4 days a week in the salon. But this week I had clients on my schedule 5 days. But because, what day was that? Was it Wednesday? I think this whole week's been a blur. But there was that one day where I only had the one client, so it was just like an easy half day. Well, this is another sort of half day, kind of. So I feel like, you know, put them together, it all balances out to like 4 full work days. So I have a client coming in for just a blowout and style, and then I'm gonna leave, go get my nails done, because they are overdue. You can't really tell too much because of the color I have since it's so light, but they are very grown out. It's actually been 4 full weeks since I got them done. I'm impressed. They have held up really, really well. They look absolutely atrocious now because I haven't worn gloves. Like, anytime I know I'm getting my nails done soon, I'm just like, whatever. They're grown out. They don't look that good and fresh anyway, so I don't bother trying to like preserve them and keep them nice. So I haven't been wearing gloves. I've been doing dark color the last week or so. So they're a bit stained and yeah, I mean, definitely very grown out. So they're not looking good, but they really held up and they're not like lifting anywhere. I wasn't like having hair snag on them. If you guys saw a couple vlogs ago, I shared that I was going and trying a new nail tech. So I'm very happy. Normally I would go 3 weeks, but even then, after like 2 weeks, they were already not looking great and they would start kind of lifting and hair would be snagging on them. So this is great that I'm able to go a full month. And I'm excited to go with a dark, vampy kind of color for fall. Thinking either a dark brown or dark red, you know, something in that family. And then after my nails, I'm gonna come straight back here and do one more client. One of my regulars, she normally just gets like a partial foil dimensional blonde sort of color. So I'm gonna do that and then be done for the day. But I have an hour until my first client gets here and I need that time because I have lunch that's sitting in the fridge that I brought in yesterday that I didn't end up having time to eat. So I want to eat that. And then I need to just clean a little bit because last night, I know I didn't continue vlogging because it was just ended up being like back to back to back. My last client last night, she didn't come in until 6 o'clock. So I didn't finish her until 9. And then I had to finish recording the rest of that podcast. And I was like, oh, I don't know, should I just like wait for a different day and I'll just record the last bit another time? But I was like, I may as well. I'm already here. It's still kind of fresh on my mind. I know where I left off and what else I still wanted to say. And even though the lighting and everything's gonna look different, but at least I'm still like in the same outfit. So I finished recording the last bit of that. So it was like a little after 9:30 when I left here last night. So I didn't bother cleaning super well or anything. I have some laundry that I need to get started, and then that way everything will be like nice and clean and put away because tomorrow I have a nice full day. Shoot, I just realized I forgot to get clips of my second slash last client. Who was it? I just got to sweep really quick. And I'm gonna head home. It's almost 7 o'clock. And here's how my nails turned out. I have no idea what the name of this color is. Just like a nice wine red kind of color. So pretty. I love the shape. I get hard gel on top of my natural nail. So it's all my real nails. The hard gel just helps keep them nice and strong so that they don't break or chip and peel. And that's what allows me to grow them nice and long. I just ask for a shape that's kind of between like oval and almond. Like I like them a little more narrow, but not super skinny and like sharp pointy on the tips. So if If you like them and you want a similar kind of look, that's what I ask for. I'm gonna head home and just relax for the rest of the night because then, like I said, I have a full day tomorrow. So I will see you in the morning. I am heading to the salon Saturday morning. It's rainy and gross and very gloomy, but I'm kind of happy about it because I'm like, if I'm going to be stuck at work all day long on a Saturday, at least it makes me feel better knowing that the weather's not nice and I don't feel like I'm missing out on doing anything fun. I have 3 clients and yeah, I don't have time to chit chat, so I'll just see you at the salon. Oh my God. This week has just been testing me. I had some days in there that were easy, but oh my God, I'm like, what is going on this week? I'm grateful to be almost finished so that I just need to like meditate or something and just start fresh next week. But you know what? I'm happy, not that I'm happy to have difficult days and difficult weeks like this, but at least I have a platform where I can share this stuff because this is real life. And I always would get discouraged and feel awful anytime anything went wrong or I was just having like a rough day because I'd be like, oh my God, I suck at doing hair. I am a shitty hairstylist. What am I doing this for? Because you just see on social media the highlight reels, and I think nowadays people are talking about their mess ups and the difficult stuff a little more, but for a while there, you were just seeing all the beautiful hair and the videos of what they're doing and how skilled they are, and then when you struggle, you're like, oh my God, what the hell? So what had happened was I had a client, one of my regulars, and I'm still very confused. I need to do a little research and figure this out, and let me know, my hairstylist friends. Tell me if this has happened to you, if you know what is going on here. Because this is now the second time. Do you remember last year when I had a client and her hair turned pink and I could not figure out what the hell happened, and I tried to fix it in the moment and it still was kind of lingering, and then she had to come back for another appointment and I had to redo her whole entire head? Well, that happened again with a different person. And this is a client that I've been doing her hair now for over a year. We do the same thing. She has gray, and it's been a process, growing out some old color and all that, but we got to a good point in the last few months. I just do little highlights to kind of blend in, baby lights to blend with her natural gray and to kind of add more gray, because her gray pattern isn't even, it's kind of patchy and random, so I sort of fill in certain areas to make it look a little bit more blended and even and whatnot. So I do these little baby lights, and then I just tone it like a silver color. Very standard, very basic. She comes in every few months and we do the same thing, and I've never had an issue. And she's one of those people that it's to a T. I know exactly what I'm doing. It's pretty easy. She's in and out. Well, I did the usual thing a couple weeks ago. Sometimes I'll kind of switch the exact toner brand, but I'm always doing some kind of silvery pearlescent kind of color. And this particular color I've used literally the same tube. It's not even it was a new tube. The same tube I've used on her the last time, And it came out perfect. Nice silver, everything's great. Well, this time around, and she lifted nice and clean like she always does. Like everything was just business as usual up until it came time to tone her. And when I first put it on, it seemed fine. It looked normal like how it always does. And then when I went to go rinse it out, it was like kind of pink. It was like this rosy, pinky mauve in some spots kind of color. Very weird. But yeah, so weird. So I was like panicked a little bit. So then I used Malibu, what is it? The quick fix, which normally just, you know, takes toner out. You do it right there in the bowl, just mix it with water and it just pulls the toner out. And I was thinking, I literally, you know, this is fresh. I literally just did it. It's just toner. She lifted super, super clean, pale yellow underneath this. It should just pull it right out. Well, it didn't. It kind of maybe faded it the tiniest little bit. I tried doing then a bleach bath to pull it out a little bit, and it helped a little bit, but it still had like that kind of warm, slightly rosy tinge to it, which does not look good with the gray. Like everything is like very ashy and cool tone, and now she has these weird like warm pieces. I don't know. So I was like, again, it lifted clean. So theoretically, this should eventually fade from your hair and then reveal what's left underneath, which then should just be like a pale yellow, and then you can use purple shampoo, and like it should end up being fine. She texted me a few days ago. It didn't change. Like it's just still this rosy color. So I told her to come back in, but I wanted to definitely get her in this week because I didn't want her to have to wait longer with this. You know, it's a mess up. I don't know what happened, but like it's my fault, like at the end of the day, you know, so it's on me to fix it. I should have just like had her come at the end of the day when I finished with all of my clients, but I thought I was supposed to be here kind of late. Like I was going to finish my last client around like 6 or 6:30. It should be a quick thing. I'll just refoil those pieces and hopefully it'll come out. So I thought while my first client is processing, I'll do her hair and it should be quick, and then I don't have to blow dry her and all of that. So I should be able to just like fix her hair while my first client's processing, and then everything should run smoothly. Well, my first client, her hair was thicker than I realized, and so the application took longer. When my second client got here, as I was still like halfway through foiling the first one, I finished the front. I was like, do you mind? I'm gonna just throw like a little bit of color on her really quick. It should just take like 10 minutes. I'll be back. So I did that, and rather than having to make like, what am I supposed to do? My room is small, right? So we literally were in the processing room. Thank God this building, we have these like shared communal spaces. So we have a processing room that has hair dryers, and I brought her in that room, and I literally just brought my foils and my bowl of lightener and a cape and everything, and I just set her up in there, popped some foils in her hair. Then I came back, I finished foiling my first client. I was like, okay, everything should be fine, because now all I have to do is rinse these foils out and then just retone her, and I'll use a different line. I'm gonna use Guy Tang because that is like my go-to. I know it's safe. I literally use it on all of my gray blending clients. I use it on people who even that have no pigment. Like I have one client that her hair is 100% full white, and I put this on her hair as a low light, and it literally just comes out just a pure smoky gray. I've never had issues of it having like a weird undertone or having any kind of like weird unnatural pigment peek through. It always just, no matter what base I put it over, whether it's someone that has more warmth or no pigment at all, like I said, it always comes out just like gray. So I'm like, that's what I'm going to use on her, because I know it's a guarantee that it's going to be good and work beautifully. Tell me how this color turned teal. Literally bluish, like the color of freaking, oh God, this is heavier than I thought. Barbicide. what? And it was so fast too, because I put it on her hair and it was looking good. It was looking silver, and I didn't like set a timer and walk away. I was standing there and I was watching it and I'm working it through her hair, and all of a sudden I start to see, I'm like, oh, this is looking a little bit blue. Grab the hose to rinse it out. That was it. It was too late. So I'm panicking and I'm like, what do I do? So I'm trying to use clarifying shampoo to take it out. I didn't even want to bother with the quick fix. So then I thought, okay, well, maybe when I dry it, it will look more like a silvery kind of color. Maybe it just looks like this because it's wet. No, I blow dry it and it just looks like teal, green, weird. And I just don't know, like, so I think that something is causing some sort of chemical reaction that's just pulling out whatever like little fragments of pigment are that these colors are like made of. I don't know. Please tell me. I need to look into it, but like, has this ever happened to you before? Because this is only now the second time that this has ever happened to me. And I need to ask her if, I don't know, if she like started taking some kind of different medication or supplements or something. I don't know. Or if it's like a hormonal thing, because it didn't happen to the like ends of her hair quite as much. It was mostly just like the newer hair. So that's why I'm thinking maybe like there's got to be something that's reacting here, because it's the same exact colors that I have used on so many other people and I've never had this happen before. So I don't know. And I've used it on like real porous hair too. Hair that's like a little damaged. I've never had this happen. What I ended up doing was I just blow dried the sections that had this teal color, and then I took purple shampoo because I was like, I don't want to bleach it anymore because at this point it's going to get damaged if I put any more bleach on it. And I don't know if the bleach is going to like just drive that in deeper too, or like what the hell's gonna happen. I don't want to try to color it, because if I try to color correct it and put like an orangey red, then it's just gonna make everything warm, and that's not, she doesn't want warmth, she wants silver, gray. See, if I wasn't so like stressed and in a rush, because I still have another client now that's processing, and then in the back of my mind I'm like, now I have a third client too that's supposed to be here in like an hour, so I should have took out the camera to show you guys, but what I ended up doing was I took my flat iron, cranked it all the way up high, and I took thin sections of her hair and I very slowly passed my flat iron, and that took most of the teal color out. It just faded it. So that's always a trick. If you have unwanted color that you're trying to fade, especially if it's on top of bleached hair, this is why hairstylists say don't use your hot tools on a super hot setting without heat protectant, especially because it literally will pull your color out right there and then in front of your eyes. So I did that trick, which I've done in the past. If I've had like a low light that kind of came out a little too dark or something, just thin section, flat iron, cranked up to 450, nice and slow, it'll pull it right out. So that worked, but then it left it very yellow. But I was like, okay, yellow I can work with. So then I just took purple shampoo, the Olaplex purple shampoo, just globs of it, and I just put it all over her dry hair, and I left that to sit. And then I was like, well, now it's time for me to wash out my first client's foils. So I'm washing out her foils and I put her toner on, and then I switch. So I rinse out the purple shampoo. It probably sat for a good like 20 minutes at least, and that seemed to have done the trick. At that point, her hair was feeling dry because, you know, purple shampoo is very drying and all the stuff I had just did to it. So I put a deep conditioning mask on her hair because she was just going straight home, and then I just clipped it up for her and I just had her go home with it like that. So we'll see. I told her when she gets home to rinse out the mask, and then when it's dry to send me a picture and let me know how it looks. So I don't know. I mean, it looked a lot better, but you know, it's hard to tell when it's wet versus when it's dry. So I'm really hoping that that will have done the trick and that it'll just kind of balance out as she washes it and as it fades and stuff. But I'm just like nervous now moving forward that this is going to happen again. Like I said, it's happened to me Well, I guess with her, it happened to her twice. So it's happened 3 times now. And every time it was a completely different color line. So I know it's not the color's fault. It's not a formulation problem. It's gotta be some sort of like chemical reaction that's happening. I don't know. It's so bizarre. But anyway, because that ended up taking longer, both clients ended up taking way longer than expected. It really just threw things off for me. So I was like running around like a chicken with my head cut off, and it's a freaking mess. I have, you can see like all the bowls and everything I have stacked up there. It's just a mess in here. And then I texted my last client because I was like, I am running behind. I'm so sorry. Could you please come a little bit later? But she actually just ended up rescheduling altogether. You know, so it kind of works out because now I'm finishing a little bit earlier than I was supposed to, but I feel bad. Thank you, Taylor, for understanding. She said that she watches my videos, so thank you for being so patient with me and understanding. It ended up being crazy, and I normally don't double book. I don't like to do it for this exact reason, but I thought that it would be like an easy thing and that it would all flow and work out, and clearly it didn't. Well, I mean, it ended up being fine, I guess, in the long run, but yeah, it was just chaos, and kind of sucks that I have to reschedule this other client now, but at least I can just clean up and be done with the day. And like I said, just take this weekend to rest and reset, and hopefully next week will be a better week and things will go more smoothly. I want to share that with you guys because I know how it is watching someone that you feel like has a lot of experience and seems to like have their shit together, and you're like, oh my god, they are always like doing beautiful work and sharing their tips, and they just seem so knowledgeable and blah blah blah. And like, yes, that can be true, but even the people that, you know, are even way more experienced and way more knowledgeable than I am have days like this or weeks like this. And I think it's really important to share this kind of stuff so that if it happens to you, you don't feel alone, because like it happens and it's stressful, and there's nothing I can say to you that's gonna like make it feel better in the moment, but just know that it happens. It's just part of this industry. You know, whenever you're working, especially when you're doing color, things can happen sometimes. The best thing is like to just try to be calm. I'm gonna finish cleaning up in here and then just head home and start my weekend. So I'm gonna end this vlog here. Thank you guys so much for watching. My next video will be a podcast episode, so stay tuned for that. It's gonna be a good one. I'm really, really excited about it. And let me know if you have suggestions for podcast topics for future episodes. And yeah, I'll see you next Monday with a new video. Bye.